objective. Let's talk about that then. Let's push into that. So how are we structuring these combat? We've touched on this a little bit. Um, I mean, we both talked about like, the players are important. We want to make sure the players are like still the stars of the show, even though there's hundreds
Right.
or even thousands of other people. Um, but how are we structuring that? So maybe walk me through how you would go about planning one of these sessions.
Objectives. I
Okay.
like objectives. It's probably the most common use of large combat is objectives. It's like you said, it's very hard to have the players come in and be like, "Here's 1,000 enemies, go. You
Yeah.
got to kill them all." Like that's gonna be such a boring. Like we all love combat in D&D,
Sure.
but after 4 hours of just killing minions, like
Yeah.
I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done. Like at that point, it's just like, okay, can we just fast forward to when
Sure.
we win this? Like, so objectives, having objectives, they're obviously not going to beat the entire army,
Mm.
but if they can cut the head off the snake, take down some leadership, maybe destroy some of the siege equipment, or you take out a lot of their cavalry, and now they're on foot. You're taking away their advantages, whatever that may be. If you're being besieged, obviously it's their siege equipment and leadership. If you're sieging, taking away their defenses somehow, blowing a hole in the wall, opening the gate, also taking out leadership. Or open battle as well, taking out leadership, lowering them to the
Blowing morale
ground.
and stuff. Right.
Any advantage that they might have over the current situation, if you can lower that to where you're now on top, the chance of that side retreating now is higher. And so as a DM, I look at it as objectives in that area. They're kind of a covert group going through and doing certain objectives to kind of like tasks to kind of lower it. Basically,
Yeah.
you
Well,
need to get like three out
change
of
the
four.
outcome of the battle. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Say there's 4 or 5 objectives, as long as they can get at least the majority, 3 or so of those 5, they'll effectively succeed.
Sure.
And, the army will retreat and try again later or, be
Whatever it may
demoralized,
happen.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, as you were talking through that, like I was having flashbacks, my Vietnam flashbacks of Helm's Deep, let's say. I mean, that's probably an insensitive joke, but that's fine. But like, so exactly that, right? You've got like the torch bearer. He's full blown Olympian, right? He's just like running up to
Oh,
blow the wall open, right? And Legolas, you can see he fails. He fails that task that he had, that objective. He couldn't bring him down in time, right? Misses his shots. Maybe he's rolling bad today. Who knows, right? Misses, and that's a win for the orcs, right?
mm,
They blow that wall open, and that lowers the morale of like the whole the whole army inside the siege, inside of Helm's Deep and whatnot, right? And then, I mean, the whole entire time you could see like as things are happening, you've got, the orcs. You can take it from the orc side, or you can even take it from, just the other side as well. But you've got like the orcs who are running, like the turtle shell formation, pushing up to breach that gate. And then you've got the player side of it, right? You've got Aragorn and Gimli. He tosses him. Don't tell the elf though, right? Can't tell the elf. Um, but that's a whole nother objective for them. How much time can you buy, the king to be able to patch this door up or this gate up, things like that. So yeah, so it's constantly like zooming in and zooming out. And as each of those objectives happens, you can see everything shift. The king goes from, like, oh, we got this. Like, is this all you can bring? Like, bring it on. And then his wall blows up and he's just like, oh crap, like this isn't good anymore, And so yeah, I think that's absolutely key to large battles, is being able to create multiple objectives that will affect the outcome, or shift the battlefield, right? Make it dynamic enough to where, like, if this happens, then the orcs are at an advantage, or if this happens, then the humans are at an advantage, and all these different things.